I just finished reading Atomic Habits by James Clear for the second time. And I have to say, it's up there with one of the most inspiring books that I've ever read when it comes to self-improvement and working towards Life 2.0. Why? Because it's a blueprint for creating small habits that collectively compound and manifest the incredible version of ourselves that we really wish to become. It's simple, yet powerful, and best of all, it can be applied by absolutely anyone looking for immediate improvement in their lives. The feeling I come away with from the book is that environment is everything. We're dictating who we are by the world we build around ourselves. We're the architect of our own being. We're casting votes for the person that we are going to be with each decision. And just as we put it all in place as we grow, and that's piece by piece, career choice, relationship, bedtime, diet, friendship groups, exercise or lack thereof, clothing, mode of transport, you name it. We also have the power to keep, remove, add or edit these choices as we see fit. And the best realization I arrived at with the book is that for the most part, we are the boss of our own environment. If I don't like the environment that I'm in, where can I honestly look but internally? And for years, I'd been bothered by my inability to convert my endless folder of bright ideas into proper outcomes. I would create spreadsheets, I would do all the research, I would be on websites, I would watch how-to videos, but none of this is action. This is what was holding me back. And I love this quote. Thinking about the thing isn't doing the thing. Saying you'll do the thing isn't doing the thing. Adding the thing to a to-do list isn't doing the thing. Putting the thing in your diary isn't doing the thing. The only thing that is doing the thing is doing the thing. Two big questions. If you want to reverse engineer and foster an environment that creates a bias towards action, the first question, who is the person who I want to be? And the second question, what habits does that person have? So we might ask, what does that person eat for breakfast? What time do they wake up? Who do they hang out with? What do they wear? And on and on. Create the list, identify the characteristics of that person who you want to be, whether that's 1 year from now, 5 or 10 years from now. In Atomic Habits, the focus is on using the anchors of being human as our starting point. We take into account the things that are never going to change about humanity in our lifetime. And we leverage what we already know about the human brain and our essential needs. So that might be things like food, water, security. As far back as humans have existed, we've always executed actions based on the following patterns. Cue, craving, response, reward. The human brain has not evolved for the world that we currently live in. It's a world full of plenty, and we're inundated with choice, surplus, instant gratification, and understanding this animalistic nature when it comes to forming habits is crucial. If we can identify what it truly is that we're after, then it becomes a lot easier to understand our behavior. So let's take drinking coffee as an example. Cue, you wake up. Craving, you want to feel alert. Response, you drink a cup of coffee. Reward, you've satisfied your craving to feel alert. Therefore, drinking coffee becomes associated with the feeling of being alert, and a habit is formed. You even form associations with the smell, the ritual, or even the street you walk down, which has your favorite coffee shop. So, what are the downsides to this? Well, first of all, we might become dependent on the habit as it temporarily satisfies our immediate need. We might then take that cup of coffee every time we feel tired, rather than explore the deeper idea for how we can curb tiredness and what it really is that's driving that tiredness. The root cause of our tiredness could be more than likely because, one, we might be in sleep debt. So let's say our body needs 8 hours and we're giving it 7. We might be stressed from overworking or overcommitting in our lives. We might not be exercising or using stress management to improve our mindset. And that's not just because we haven't had our grande skinny mocha pumpkin latte with sprinkles. So how do we form new habits? How do we take the thing that we want to avoid and do something different instead? For each stage of our patterns of behavior, first you're going to see the thing that we're going to do to promote the new behavior. Then in brackets, you're going to see the thing that we're going to do to eliminate the bad behavior. James Clear lays it out as Q, you want to make it obvious if it's a behavior you want to promote. And you want to make it invisible if it's a behavior that you want to eliminate. For craving, make it attractive and make it unattractive if you don't want to do it. Response, make it easy and make it difficult if it's a habit you don't want to do. And then reward, make it satisfying. And if you're trying to avoid it, make it unsatisfying. So for example, to reduce my feelings of tiredness, I might try to device detox in the evenings. And maybe that means I also want to start going to bed a little bit earlier and maybe try to read a book instead. So that cue might be, I'm going to set a 9:30 alarm every night for turning the TV off. My phone, I'm going to put it on charge in the living room instead of keep it in my bedroom. And I'm going to read a book. And then to ward off the behavior that I'm trying to avoid, I'm going to unplug the TV, or I might set a switch off timer, hide the remote or something like that. Then I'm going to address the craving. So let's say the book you love is waiting for you on your pillow every night. And we're going to drive away from that behavior that we want to avoid by unplugging the living room TV. For response, I'm then going to read a few pages of this book that I love because it was sat there waiting for me on my pillow. Meanwhile, your phone is out of sight and out of mind. You're going to stay in bed reading because putting the TV back on is now difficult. And your reward? Well, first of all, you won. You enjoyed your book. You slept great. You started a book list and you've given yourself a list that you can tick off each time you complete your favorite book. You also reinforce the idea that you're somebody who does what they say they are going to do. And on the other hand, if you did put the TV back on, you now associate it with the hassle of setting up. You associate the TV turning back on with something that's difficult and you don't want to do it anymore. So we have to work at understanding how our brain ticks and actively create these plans to counteract it. Let's start controlling the environment. Let's start thinking about what we can remove, add, or edit from our environment to make our habits fall into place more seamlessly, more smoothly, and create ourselves a more streamlined path forwards to the life that we want to live. Hope you found this useful. I'll see you on the next video.